Hey, how you doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And today, we got another unboxing. And this one's coming from Hawaii. And the seller's name is Adrenaline Art. He doesn't have that many sales. He only has 378 sales. Adrenaline Art. But his feedback is 100%. This one is a collectible. This one's being purchased to be a collectible. Coming from Hawaii. eBay purchase. Let me see. How am I going to open it? I'm doing the unboxing today. It's one of my new favorites. My button lock, Elshowitz design, Hogue X5. Oh, I just rip it. I don't need to use the knife to open it. Hold on. That's the way you're supposed to do it, huh? I'll use the knife to open this part. Okay. Packaged very nicely. There it is. Yes, it's a cold steel collectible. Cold steel collectible. That's the reason why this is being purchased. Is being purchased to be a collectible, not a user or anything like that. This one will never be used by me. Unless a zombie apocalypse happens. And here we got a rare cold steel carbon V Recon Tanto with sheath made in USA. Never used. This is supposed to be never used. Okay. Here we go. Look at the sheath. I like the little drainage hole down here. That's pretty cool. Well, it feels heavy. Let's take a look at the box too. Carbon V Performance, made in the USA. Whoa, that's cool. Exclusive Carbon V Steel, Recon Tanto. They kept it on the original packaging too. Oh, this is carbon steel. 'Cause it's supposed to be 5 millimeters thick. Oh hell yeah, that's a heavy knife. Oh yeah. Got a little touch of rust right there. Cold steel. Carbon V trademark, made in the USA. Recon Tanto. This edge is definitely unused. This knife's never been used. So whoever bought this just collected it. It's never been used. What a nice collector. Sweet. Won this in an auction on eBay. 5mm blade stock. Let's see what else I got this 5mm that I can compare it to. Let's see. How about another cold steel? This one has a 4.8mm blade. And it's a saber ground Tanto. And it should be 7 inches. Right on the dot, 7 inches. Sweet. The total length of the knife is almost 11 3/4. Is that right? Yep, almost 11 3/4. Okay. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Another great one for my collection. Let's compare it to one of my other Tantos though, because I don't know if you guys know, I used to have the oil bumby in my house knife. But I love the Recon so much, I decided to get another Recon to replace the oil bun. And let's compare it to this one. My user. This is my user. This one's not a collector. This one's a user. And it's a San May. 5mm thick. This one's heavier. This has a hollow ground. This has a saber ground. This one's carbon 5 or carbon V. And this one's the San May VG10 San May. I love the Cold Steel Recon. And one of the things that are different from the old Recon pattern and the new Recon pattern, it had a longer blade tang. And a nice choil. As opposed to the new one, they got rid of that and made the blade tang shorter. So you have more cutting edge. I'll let you read. Absolutely love it. I wanted to get the DOC coated 3V Tanto for my collection. I wanted that to be my collector, and I wasn't able to get that, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get the old Carbon V, because I always see, you know, somebody's always selling one of these on eBay, and this one is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's flawless. And so I decided to go for this one for my collection. Totally glad I did. So I didn't want to get the SK5 one. I wanted something better than SK5. And 3V, I don't know if you guys know, is 1095 CV, carbon vanadium. And the only manufacturer I think that still uses it is K-Bar. So this steel is the same steel that's made in like my K-Bars, my U.S. military knives. And these did time in combat too. A lot of people carried these into combat during Iraq and all those wars. These came out in the 80s. I don't know when this one came out, because I think the first ones that came out had leather sheaths. I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't. I have to do a little bit more research. But one of the things that attracted me to this one is because it didn't have the leather sheath. But maybe I'm thinking of the Recons that were made in Japan. Because some of these were made in Japan. And the Recons that were made in Japan, they had like the same blade style, you know, the tang and the saber grind, but they were made out of Oz 8. And I think those had leather sheaths, if I'm not mistaken. This is a USA version. You know, I don't even want to put it in a sheath because it might mar the blade. Because this blade is perfect. I don't want to do anything to scratch it up. I'm going to keep it perfect. But I do know one thing I'm going to do to it before I store it. There's a little tiny surface rust spot marked right. That must be the other side. Wait a minute, now I don't see it. Let me give a... a little touch right there. I don't want to sharpen this edge because it's a virgin edge. I mean, it's like, you know, virgin from factory. It's never been resharpened. You can tell by looking at it. But I do want to see if I can remove some of that surface rust, that little spot that was on the blade. This side is clean. The only place that has a little spot is like right here. I don't even know if you can see it. It's me, my nitpicky self. You know what? There we go. Just got rid of it. Yep. All right. All right. What do they say on the 18? They love it when a plan comes together. All right. I am going to coat it with a little bit of grease, because this fixing to go into the safe, and it's going to be in there probably for a long time. All knives like this, the ones that have a possibility of rusting, I always coat them with a little bit of grease before I store them. Why? Because I want to keep them as fresh as they were when I received them. And when you first receive all the cold steel knives that are made out of the 1095 or carbon V rather, made out of the carbon V or SK5 or any of their carbon steel knives, they always coat it in grease. And that's probably because the ones that you receive now probably come from overseas usually, so I'm sure they coat everything with grease that comes from overseas to keep it from rusting. from the salt water, salt air. I think it's just a good idea. Keep everything as new as possible. And 1095 will rust, even though this is carbon as vanadium. Was it chromium and vanadium? CV. Added to the blade. It helps it prevent from rusting so bad as like just regular straight up 1095. That's the reason why they came out the CV carbon 1095. Because the 1095, those knives, they used to rot. The handles would rot, the blades would rot. A lot of people went into the Pacific taking those knives and they rusted on them. So they came out with the CV. I think they came out with the CV in the 50s. I'm not sure. Have to do some research. But this is a really nice blade. Really, really, really nice. I'm happy I got it. Another great buy. Every once in a while, though, you get something that's not great. And you think it's going to be great, and it turns out it's not. But this one I'm very happy with. And that was for the sheath. This is for the edge. Sweet. Got a little oil on my fingers now. Thank you, Hawaii. Thank you. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Very cool. Very, very cool. That's the way it went in. But there it is there. Recon Tanto. Absolutely love Recon Tanto. I think it's a really good size for a combat knife. It's not too short, it's not too long. Though I do like the 12-inch blades. Those are swords though. Those are basically short swords to me. But yeah. If you're going to actually carry something, I don't think I'd want to really carry anything too much bigger than this one. I think a 7-inch blade would probably be like the right length blade for me. Maybe a 9-inch. Definitely 90 longer than a 9-inch. 9-inch would be the longest for me I would want to carry. The Marines say that the 5.5, I think it is, 5.5 to 8.5-inch blades are the best ones for hand-to-hand combat. But I would say 5 to 9. You know, 5 to 9, 8.5, and then a ½ inch don't make no difference. 5-inch to 9-inch. Absolutely love these. That's about all I got for you today. Peace out. Stiletto.